Final Cut offers a wide variety of flexibility when it comes to working with effects and titles. Continuing with this tradition is the addition of the object tracker that allows us to integrate effects and text into scenes more easily than ever before. Final Cut takes advantage of machine learning in order to track objects in your shots, as well as take the guessing work out of complicated tracking processes once reserved only for VFX professionals. In this movie, let's get familiar with how to work efficiently with Final Cut's object tracker, as well as gain some insider tips to get the most out of these incredible tools built right inside of Final Cut. So I have a shot of my timeline, and what I'd like to do is apply a stylistic effect to it, and I want that effect to show up everywhere except the woman's face. In order to accomplish this, I'm first going to head over to the effect browser, and I'm already in the stylized category where I have the crosshatch effect, which I'd like to apply. Usually I would drag this directly onto the clip inside the timeline, but with Final Cut's new tracking features, I can drag it into the viewer. And you'll see as I drag it over the lady's face, it picks up on it and even tells us that it's identified it. If I drag to other regions, it's trying to find various objects that you want to track, providing you with simple shapes in order to do that. I'm going to stick with the woman's face and release the mouse. All of a sudden, I'm presented with a bunch of options directly in the viewer. Right now, if I click on the word shape, I could make adjustments to that shape, and then we have the tracker section. With this selected, we can see that there's a link icon linking the tracker to the shape. And I can just begin the tracking process very easily by tracking either forward or backward. Let's start off by doing this backwards. I'm going to click on the left arrow next to the word analyze, and we see the method that it's using for the analysis. I'm now going to click on the right arrow to track the rest of it, and I wanted you to notice that the playhead actually jumped to where we began the track. And all of a sudden, now we have a result. Let's see this by going back to the beginning of the project by pressing the home key. And I'm going to play this back full screen. The crosshatch effect is now stuck to the lady's face. However, I want the opposite. So I'm going to achieve this with the clip still selected. I'll head into the inspector. And in the inspector, I can see that a shape mask has automatically been applied to the crosshatch, and an indicator over to the right just identifying that there is some tracking data attached to it. Now, in order to invert the mask, I'm going to head to the top of the effect and click on the mask icon. Here, I'll click on invert masks, and all of a sudden, we move from inside of the mask to outside of the mask. And if I press the home key to go to the beginning of the project, here we can see that full screen. I'll press escape to exit. And in the inspector, I'll go to the very bottom of the effect where we can see where the tracking data has been added. I can see under trackers, the face track, and that it used an analysis method of automatic. It tries to choose the best method from this drop down of options. Now, the best part of this is that we can use this tracking data and apply it to other things within Final Cut. Let's go to the Titles and Generators sidebar, and I'm going to scroll in the title section until I find the custom text. In the timeline, I'll select the clip, I'll press the X key to mark it, and then Q to connect the title so it matches the length of the actual clip. I'll type in all caps, "This is it," and with the font all selected, I'll scroll down until I find the Roboto font, which is available from Google if you don't have it on your system, and then choose a thin font, not to mention to scale this up. Now with this title selected, I want it to follow the movement of the lady's face that we just tracked. And we can do that by clicking on the transform icon on the bottom left of the viewer. Here, under where it says tracker, if I click on this, you'll see that the face track is available from the clip that we tracked it to. And by selecting this, all of a sudden, if I move to the beginning of the project and play this back, the text is attached and moving with that tracked data. If I stop playing back and then highlight this title in order to move it anywhere else in the frame. Not to mention go into my inspector and rotate this differently. It's still going to remain tracked. It's going to have its own independent position and rotation, but move with the subject based on that actual data. This was just a brief overview of Final Cut's new object tracker and how we can easily access it by dragging and dropping effects we want to limit into the viewer. In the next video, we're going to take a look at actually occluding some actual text after we track it to a specific object. I'm Nick. Thanks so much for joining.